Hi everyone. So continuing with our series, today we'll be solving intersection of two array question. So the question is you are given two integer array nums1 and nums2 and you have to return the intersection. Okay, so you have to return the intersection and the condition is element must appear as many times as it is shown in both the arrays. So what is it saying is let's say for a typical interview, let's say question 1221 and let's say 22. So if someone says get me the intersection of these two arrays, so what you will say, okay, the output is 2 because 2 is the only number which is appearing in this both the arrays. But here what it's saying is if a number is appearing as many times in the this array a1 and let's say appearing x1 times in a1 and the same number is appearing x1 times in a2, then this number should be then the output array should have that number x1 times. Okay, for example, if you see this example, here 2 is appearing 2 times, here also 2 is appearing 2 times. Okay, so the output should have 2 times. Okay, if you see here 4 is appearing one time, 9 is appearing one time, 5 is appearing one time, but here 4 is appearing 2 times, 9 is appearing 2 times, 8 is appearing one time. So common element is 4 and 9, but 4 is appearing one time in this but 2 times in this, so output is only 1 4. 9 is appearing one time 2 times here, so output is only 1 9. Okay, so that's the output here. So let's directly jump to the idea behind the solution. So as we have already discussed that we have to take into consideration the occurrence of a particular number into the array as well, because if the number is occurring multiple times in A and multiple times in B, so we have to take that number multiple times in the output. So from the intuition, at least we can tell that we have to keep track of the count. So for count, we can use the bucket strategy. So bucket here we have to use nothing but a hash map. So we iterate over this array A and we create a hash map, and with that hash map we'll store the key as this array value, and the value of that hash map will be the count of that particular key. So let's say once we are done iterating A, so if we see here we have 1 as a key and it has a count of 2 here in the array. Similarly for 2 it has a count of 2. Okay, so this is, let's say, your hash map A. Same is the case for B. We create a map B here and we iterate over B and keep a count. So let's say it's have only one entry 2 and 2 because 2 has occurred 2 times. Now if we have to calculate the output array. So one thing is, at least we are pretty sure. Let's say if we talk about this number 2 here, okay, or let's say this number exists 3 times here. Okay, so let's say it's number 3 here. 3, the occurrence of 2 is 3 times. So one thing is pretty sure. Let's say if we compare, if we have to let's say so basically 2 is present in both the array. So if we have an output array, okay, so at least we are sure that the occurrence of this 2 in the output array will be minimum of these two values. Okay, minimum of this, minimum of 2 comma 2 and 3. So minimum of 2 and 3 is 2. So 2 will be occurring 2 times in the output. Why minimum? Because we are talking about intersection. So intersection, if a number is there in this array, it has to be there in this array as well. But here the number of occurrence of 2 is 2 times, but in this array number of occurrence of 2 is 3 times. So in the intersection there is no way that number can come more than 2 times. Okay, it has to come at most 2 times. So given that 2 is occurring 2 times, 2 is occurring 3 times, so the output array will have a value of 2 times here. Okay, that's the idea behind this solution. So what you have to do is you have to create maps. Okay, once you are done with map, what you do is you have to create a unique set of numbers. So let's say Once you are iterating, you got map of A and you got a map of B. Okay, now you have to get a unique set of elements. So let's say for unique set of element, let's say you iterate over A and you get set of A. So let's say from set of A, what you get the as a output here is 1 and 2. Okay, why I need set? Because we have to calculate this minimum value for these elements only, because intersection will have only these elements. So if I calculate either set of, I can calculate set of A or set of B to iterate over these elements, these unique elements. Okay, so once I calculate the set of A, what I'll do is now I iterate over this set. Okay, so let's say first element comes 1. Now I'll check the map of A and map of B. Okay, I'll check if this 1 is actually present in both the maps. Okay, so first is if it is present in both the map, that means this number exists in A and B. So for intersection, this number has to exist in both the arrays. So if it is present in A and B, map A and B, that means the array is present in the both the arrays. Now we have to calculate this process minimum. So what I'll do is I'll get the count of this number from map A and map B. Okay, so let's say I'll get count of map A from x1 and count of one from map B as x2. Now from this discussion, we at least we are sure that this number 1 cannot come into output, will come in output at most x1 times. Let's say x1 is a minimum. Okay, so we'll calculate the minimum of both these values x1 and x2, and then we will basically store that into the output. So for example, here if we see, the 1 actually is not present in either of the arrays. Okay, so we will simply discard it. If it would have been present, then we would have calculated the minimum value and we would have added that into the output array. So let's say we iterate over 1 is not present, so we simply discard that because 1 is not present in map 2. Now let's say we come across value 2. Now 2, the count of 2 in the array A is 2. So x1 is 2 here. Count of value 2 in the x2 is in map B is 3. So minimum will be 2. So the output array we add 2 times. So let's say we added 2 and 2. Okay. And once we are done iterating set A, this will be our output. Okay. So what we did, we calculated this map A, which holds the count. Then we calculate the set. We can calculate the set of either of the arrays, because we would be requiring unique values. And once we get the unique values, we iterate over this set. Okay, and we check if that value exists in map A and B. If it exists, that means this number is present in both the arrays and it is a potential candidate for intersection output. Then we will calculate the count of 1 in both the maps, let's say x1 and x2, and finally whichever is minimum, we add that times into the output array. Now let's take another example. So this is your A and this is your B. So if we talk about map of A after we are done with iteration, so it will be 1 has occurred 3 times, 2 has occurred 2 times, and 3 has occurred 1 times. Okay, now if we talk about this map of B, 2 has occurred 3 times, 3 has occurred 1 time, and 1 has occurred 2 times. Okay, and then again we'll calculate set. Let's say we take the set of A, we can take set of A or B, it doesn't matter, and set of A will have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now let's say we go this value A1, so 1 is present in map of A and map of B, so minimum of 3 and 2 is 2, so we'll take 1 2 times. Okay, now we came across this 2 is occurring 2 times here, 2 is occurring 3 times, minimum 2 3 is 2, so we'll add 2 2 times. Now we talk about 3. 3 is coming one time, 3 here is coming again one time, so here 3 comes here. So that would be the output. So intersection of these two, if you see, this is the output intersection. Okay. So now let's directly jump to the code. So if we see here, this is the function. So here's the code. This is the function. This is the array 1. This is the array 2. So this is, let's say, array B, and this is array A. Okay. These are the hash maps we have created for A and B, and this is the set we have created. So what we are doing is we are iterating on the array A, and we are checking if, let's say, the number is not present. We create a bucket and we initialize the count as well. Otherwise, we just increment the count of existing number. And also in this for loop as well, we are creating a set for A. Similarly, for B, we are creating a map. If it is not present, then we create entry. Otherwise, we increment the count. So once we have created a map of B here and map of A here and the set of A here, now we iterate over this set. Okay, and we see that that value is present in map of A and map of B. Now if it is present, then we get the count, we get the minimum count, and we add that many times. Okay. So once we are done iterating while loop, that means we have iterated over the set, and this list hold all the values. So with the list, we create a new array, and then we add those elements into the array, because return type is nothing but the array. We have to return an array. We could have returned list, but given that the return type is array, so we have to convert the list into the array. So we have created the array of size list, and we added that each value into the array, and finally we return the array as output. So yeah, that's all from my side. I hope you have followed the question as well as the solution. Do let me know if you want me to solve any particular question. Till then, bye bye. Take care.